Yeah.
Hey Aditi, thank you for
Hi,
making
Supriya.
it. Awesome. We are finally having this conversation. Uh, I know you've been super busy, so I'll try and keep this short. But I want to start with, why don't you tell people a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do, etc.
Okay. My name is Aditi. I have been I've been working as a social media manager and brand manager in the corporate for about last 8, 9 years. And I recently decided to go full time into content writing. So before that, I worked with some edtech companies, Manipal Group, and then moved on to fintech, where I was associated with companies like Paytm, Scriptbox, Jupiter, and now full-time freelancing as a writer.
Awesome. So, can you tell me a little bit more about how your journey as a content writer started, both in your job and, now that you're freelancing full time? What made you
Absolutely.
content?
Absolutely. So, as a part of a marketing manager or a brand manager's job, the main content that we wrote was briefs that we gave to agency. So the research that we do, then we write a brief and how the campaign should look like. So that was the first step of writing. And in my job, in the beginning, I used to be absolutely scared of writing because there is this notion, right? Like if you're like you have to be a really great writer, otherwise, people don't appreciate content, or you have to have great language, you have to have great grammar, vocabulary, etc. So I was always very skeptical, and I kept my writing to like a business professional writing where I've written down some lines, words, shared it out. Slowly, I started liking it a little bit because it was allowing me to express myself. And can I come to your course, which I joined last year?
Sure.
So, and I was looking to join a course to like polish my writing skills and overall thinking skills. So I came across your course. I came across you on YouTube, seeing a video, and I was absolutely amazed at like, a one person business doing so well, making so much money, and I was very intrigued. So I decided to join the cohort. I did the 30-day free email marketing, content writing email. It was so nice that I think on the 15th day itself, I was like, I will join. I don't have to wait for 30 days. And I joined the cohort, and I'll come to it later, but that completely changed my life. Um, so so okay, coming back to that, so that cohort actually helped me uh, be able to express myself more freely, be comfortable with words, and understand that bad writing is the start of good writing. So that fear started going away, that you'll always create bad content. No, you have to do that in the beginning to just sort of get started and do better. So that is the answer.
Amazing. And I remember when you had first joined the cohort, you were very hesitant to share your writing. You were like, I don't know if I've done this right. But of course, I've seen a massive, massive change from then on to the extent that you quit your job and you started your own business, right? Do you want to
Yes.
tell us a little bit about how that happened, why that happened, and how is your freelancing going?
Yes, absolutely. So I have always wanted to have my own business, but coming from a very service-based family where like parents, grandparents, everybody has had a job. So I never imagined that I'd do a business. I always thought I'll do like, maybe something on the side, make 10, 20,000 rupees, etc. That'll be the pocket money that I could buy something nice for myself. But this last 1 year was slightly difficult, and I thought I wanted to spend some time with my family. When I joined the cohort, like you said, I was so scared. And then I always remember one thing that you say: what is the harm in doing it? Why are you scared? The worst thing you'll do is maybe lose a client, maybe lose that project. You will always get more if you keep practicing. So with that, I slowly started building. I started running my content by you, sharing as much as I could, even though I knew that it was not great. But getting your feedback on every single piece of content was so impactful for me. And then towards July, August, I started getting more confident. I was getting some projects which, about 30 to 50,000 rupees money started coming in on the side itself. So I was like, "Ki, that is enough to pay my share of rent, even if I don't have a job." So I thought, why don't I think about quitting? And by the time I quit and I served my notice period, I'd crossed 1 lakh rupees in revenue itself, and I took that step. And I would say you have been my inspiration for this, and I have like I can't tell you how life-changing this has been for me, because from somebody who was scared and always would do a job to coming and trying this out, this is completely you and the cohort and the sort of community you have created, and I went for it. I started getting projects. I am still getting projects. Now my challenge is a good challenge to have, is there are so many clients. How do I price better? How do I do well? And how do I keep learning?
Amazing. And I have to say this, that it's not me, it's because you were willing and brave enough to take that step, right? To not, I've seen a lot of people who take feedback and then they don't like it, so they don't improve. They're like, I know everything, it's fine, whatever I'm writing is great. But you took that feedback, you incorporated it, and it's the same thing that Sai also did, right? And I think both of you are in the same boat now, where you have so much work that you don't know how to get it done, right? So I think that learning journey of like coming in with a blank slate and saying, okay, I'm going to take away a lot of, good things from here is what I think defines success for a lot of people. And I'm really, really amazed. And it's just a couple of months, right? I think you started in July, we're in October, not
Yeah.
even months, and you've gone from 20,000 to 2 lakh plus.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
like a 10x increase uh,
Yes.
in revenue. So that's fantastic. Um, I have a question which is AI related. Is that okay if I ask that?
Yes, please.
So this comes to me with like from a lot of content creators, and I thought it'll be good for them to hear it from you
Yeah.
that AI is here. What's going to happen to us as content creators? You just started, like, even after ChatGPT came in and everybody's been using it, you've started your business in the middle of all that AI turmoil, and you've done fantastically well. So
Yeah.
what is your opinion on AI, and how do you see that? What would you tell folks around their fears of AI taking over their jobs?
So, I'll talk about it a little bit, but before I go into like deep dive into it, I just have one line for people thinking AI will take their job. See, you can use AI to cheat and to sort of build something that helps you write, but it always takes an extremely smart student to cheat. Otherwise, you'll get caught. Right. And this analogy, I was impressed by it because that is what exactly happens, is that if you're a good writer, if you have a good command over your language, and if you understand good content from bad content, you use AI to enhance your skills. Like if I have to write like 20 social media posts, maybe I'll write the first 10 myself and ask it to suggest the next 10 topics for me. I won't ask it to write it for myself. So that is where most people, why they feel a struggle, is because they have not or they are still in the process of upskilling themselves as a good writer. Once we do that, I don't think AI is a challenge. In fact, I'll tell you a story. Some people reached out to me on LinkedIn and they asked me a rate and they told me it was slightly higher. I was like, and they told me for something which chat gpt can write it themselves, right? I was like, sir, please go ahead and write it using chat gpt, and if you don't like it, the first sample I'll give it to you for free. And they came back to me within 15 days. They were like, this is not working out. We understand that. And that is, I think, the power that a content writer will bring, that their thoughts, their understanding. And I remember an example you had given, right? It'll create like regurgitated content from whatever is there in the internet. But unless the writer has a personality, they are reading books, they are watching movies, quoting instances, that makes the blog, the story more interesting. So I'd say there is really nothing to worry from AI or Chat GPT. In fact, use it like your assistant, like all the uh, bulwark that it would take time for you to do in maybe a little bit of research or something like that, or to generate more topics. Use AI for that, but otherwise, there's absolutely nothing to worry.
Super. And I'm glad you think like that because I feel a lot of people are just using ChatGPT copy paste and that doesn't really work out for anyone in the end. So I'm gonna now move to a bit of business building question, which is, can you dive a little bit deeper into how did you go from 20 to 2 lakhs in revenues and growing? And how did that 8-week program help you get there? Like, what were some of the learnings and your experiences in the program that helped you build this business?
I'll start with the 8-week program and just build it on. So, as if you want to be a writer, if you want to create content, you don't sort of know what your niche is or what you can excel at. So the 8-week content intensive, it helps you understand where your strength is. And I've spoken to you about this also. For example, I tried long form content and I tried short form and social media content. I seem to do better at shorter form copies, scripts, etc. While of course I'm working on the longer form content, but that gave me a very clear idea that okay, this is the area where I'm doing well. Why don't I try and excel in that? It helped me create my portfolio. So most people, and I also help some people freelance, etc. So the biggest challenge I've seen with every person is that they don't have a portfolio. Whatever is the first thing they write, they put it on the portfolio. So these things is dealt with so nicely in 8 week. So each week, without giving much details, each week is dedicated to one form or one type of writing. There are assignments that if you do religiously, you will get to know and you get feedback from mentors. So Sai, Vijay, and you, all of you have, I've taken feedback from all of you. And it's important because all the three of you have a little bit of a different point of view as well, right? So all of that got added into my writing, and I'd say I'm very lucky I was able to do that. So you get mentor review and feedback. And the last thing is that just by connecting with the community, right? That motivation is there to keep joining the calls. So I kept joining all your calls, even the ones that were free webinars. And the reason was that like Rancho from Three Idiots says, right, that knowledge is everywhere. You just need to lap it up and keep practicing. So that is what I did for the first 6 months. Every webinar you did, every session you did, I would go and like go through that, make notes, write, and take feedback from you. So that is what content intensive helped me with. It created a discipline in me where I write almost every day now, even if it's 50 words, 100 words. And coming to the business part of it, so I took up one client maybe at 15, 20,000, and that's how the first client started coming in. Then uh, what happened was that some people liked the work that I was doing. So I was writing scripts, I was creating social media posts, and people tell lead generation is difficult. Touch wood. For me, it's been most of it through referral and word of mouth, and that is also something that you taught. That focus on giving value and writing good content, and you will keep getting work. So it's so 1st August is when I started writing content for one or two clients, and then sort of it snowballed into 5 6 clients by the end of August itself. So my rough rate is about 20,000 rupees, give or take, and for social media posts or scripts etc that I write. So I got about 5 6 clients, and by the end of August, and I was still working, I had not quit, like my last day hadn't completed by then. So by that time itself, I started making 1 lakh rupees. And what I did was, I was not trying to focus on like getting more clients, etc. What I did was, these 5 clients, I dedicate 1 day per week to them. So client A Monday, so on and so forth. And this also expanded, right? And like you already know, some of the clients that I work with s- came through like one or two people itself, right? And some of them through you. Uh, so what happened is, then now I do have a little higher number of clients. It's about 8 to 10, which I'd like to bring down by increasing the average price. But for the first 3 months, I just want to learn. So these 8 to 10 clients for social media posts, YouTube or Instagram scripts, or a little bit of PR content that I am doing. I again, now that there are double the clients, I do 2 clients per day, but I try and keep the writing to less than 4 to 6 hours, because I also want to read and learn a little bit. Otherwise, I feel like I'll get stuck. So that is how the business is working at the moment. So I've crossed, s- right now the billing is between 2 to 2.5, like fluctuates a little bit. But one good thing that has happened is most of them are retainers. So I at least know that, okay, this 2 lakhs will keep coming in. It can be a plus minus 10 20%, that is fine. But that'll keep coming in. And only if I get a little more bandwidth, I take up a client. Now, what I'm going to do for the next 3 to 6 months is work with these clients itself. If I get a one-off project that seems interesting, I'll take it up, but build my skill and then make my average price as maybe 50,000 rupees instead of a 20 25,000 rupees. So that, like you say, higher billing value, lesser clients will be the best way to sort of give value also and have some time on your side as well.
Super. Thank you. And I think hopefully people will take this away that your first plans come from your network, which is something that I keep harping on, and go away from cold calling to do this. But I'm not giving away any more 8 week secrets. Uh, Maybe like a last question, what have been your thoughts about the program, and would you recommend it to people? Um, do you think it's going to add any value to content writers' lives and things like that?
Absolutely. So I have to tell one thing, I am a serial course taker, right? Like I have taken uh, so many courses, like it can be writing, it can be like something related to thinking, social media, etc. But after I've taken your course on writing, I have not done anything else, because I believe that was everything that I needed to sort of get started. And after a point, you need to take action and not just keep learning. So this 8 week intensive gives you every single thing that you need to start writing, even if you're a beginner who does not have a portfolio, who does not know what are the niches you can write about, what topics you can write about. In this 8 week, everything will be polished. If you do this 100%, you might even start getting clients during the course. Because I think I should just talk about this, is that since Supriya, you work with clients and you often share live projects with us. So the best way to get your attention is to do well, get your feedback, and when you know that, somebody can help you with something, you'll get work. And that is what I have tried to do. That, keep learning. Uh, and by showing you the work, you also know, okay, what is the level at which I can deliver. I am, of course, not the greatest writer, but there are some areas maybe I will manage it for you. And that was the best thing for me to get started. So, the content intensive has not just given me skills for a lifetime, it has helped me uh, change my course of work that I am doing from 8 years of brand and social media to writing, and of course a little bit of social media and a brilliant community. I think the sort of people that I've worked with, I speak to. We had an offline session last year, sometime around December, where we met some people. Really, really, really great. And that also motivates you to join. And I recommend it to every single person so I am not even recommending it to people who want to learn writing. I'm recommending it to people who are like just want to, even build their personal brand or want to think about anything related to social media. I hope a couple of people I have referred are going to join the cohort itself. But the idea is that if you really want to get real live insights from a person who is in the industry and not just like I don't know, people call that armchair expert, right? You can be sitting and telling things. um, you actually do it every single day. You're doing it for so many clients, and that is the best way to learn from a person, by actually seeing what they do. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for those kind words. And I'm really, really glad that you found a lot of value here and, the way that you've built your business and you've, taken that bold step. I mean, if it were up to me, I'd be telling everyone to become an entrepreneur and you've actually quit your job and done it. So I'm very proud of you. Um, and I'm glad I could play a small role in this journey. So thank you so much for your time, Aditi, and looking forward to a very long relationship of working together, even though the cohort is done and over with. But yeah, wishing you all the success.
Thank you so much, Supriya. And don't worry, I'll keep joining the cohort as much as I can. Like I told you, just to keep learning, and it's a lovely community. Thank you so much for I would call you my mentor. I would call, I will be your lifelong student, because the skills that you've taught me, by either by speaking or by just living your life the way you do, is something that I would like to carry with me as long as I'm working or beyond.
Thank you so much and really, really appreciate your time today.
Thank you.